I'm Tessa with MamasGeeky. Hey guys, how
Hi,
are you
Tessa.
all?
How's it
Hey,
going?
doing good. How are you?
Lovely. Well, first of all, congratulations. Mutant Mayhem was huge. So, how did the reception for that feel?
Amazing. I mean, I speak for all of us when I say that we are very grateful and we are very happy to be a part of this franchise. And definitely, the response that we got from all the fans is just unreal, and it's the best response we could have ever asked for.
Yeah, it was a great feeling, one, finishing work on the movie and then having it come out and have everybody respond to it so well. It was great. I was very proud of us and the work that we did and everybody who worked on the film. It really all came together, so it was really fun.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, the impressions that we've had on everyone else have been great, and we've been, nominated for all these great things, and just getting that recognition that we deserve. So I mean, I think it's been awesome. It's been great.
Yeah, definitely well deserved. Absolutely. How early on did you guys know that you were going to be doing a follow-up series?
When did we find out?
I don't even know. I feel like I found out from the information online. I was like, oh.
You're like, oh, we're doing a show.
No, I think I found out, like, I think probably 2 weeks before the release, I would say.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
found
wow.
out right before
I think Brady might have texted me, actually. I don't think about it. You're like, oh, you heard we're doing this series? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I think we found out like a couple weeks or 2 or 3 weeks before the movie actually came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The movie
Yeah.
actually premiered.
How exciting has it been to be able to continue these characters? And now you're getting to explore even more of them, obviously, with, a series. You get more time to dive into them. And they're separated, which is
Yes.
crazy. I feel like we usually see all the brothers together. So how does
course.
that feel to be able to really dive into them?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, working on the movie was so much fun, and it was just like a blast being able to play Leo. So the fact that I get to keep doing it is just, I couldn't be more grateful. And having the Turtles be separated is something new for the franchise, and I think fans are going to enjoy spending, I guess, more intimate time with each turtle. I don't want to like describe it like that, but you really get to know the characters by themselves, and it's a great time.
Yeah, just to see the character development from each turtle and just like see a different side, because I feel like every version it was just all the boys together. So it's kind of switching it up and doing something new, which is awesome. And I'm happy to be back here. Obviously, I love this place. I love these people. So I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, I think we were all tested a little bit, not being with each other, because we've done most of our groups ensemble together, and this was, a big change for us. So I think just, remembering what all of us kind of sounded like and just maintaining that magic and that energy that we brought for the first movie and just bring it into the series, even though we are apart. It's just important to stay true to those roots and, just power through it without the Turtle Brothers, I guess.
Yeah, now did you get to work in the booth with, because you guys are kind of all paired off with other people. Did you get to work in the same booth with them, or were you solo this time?
I was flying solo. I was
Yeah.
flying solo for, I think, all of our sessions for the series. Yeah, so we really did have to dive into our character and really put ourselves in that position to see what we really sound like.
Yeah, same as Brady, I was recording solo. But it was still great to interact with these new characters that we're introducing into the show. There's some very exciting villains coming along with the show, so I'm excited for everybody to see that.
Yeah, I mean, same. Yeah, I don't know how much to add.
We were all
Yeah, it was
alone.
awesome.
We were all alone in these little
All
voiceover
alone this
booths.
time.
Yeah.
So sad. Well, I saw the first 6 episodes and I thought it was great. Was there something that you guys were most excited to see come to life? Because I know you're in there recording, you don't get to actually see all the animated goodies
Exactly.
that we get to see. So was there some scene in particular maybe you were most excited for?
I think just the action scenes. I don't want to spoil too much, but I think
Yeah.
just the action scenes add so much, especially when you're in a booth alone and there's a director telling you to make these weird noises, and you're like, and you're like, like, what am I saying? Like, and just seeing it like come to life is just a relief, and it's just like to know that it actually looks cool and sounds cool.
Yeah, I remember getting a script for one of the episodes in this season, and I spend a lot of time with a particular character, and I haven't seen that episode yet, and I'm very excited to see how that one turned out. So I don't know if I could say it, but we got Christopher Mintz-Plasse playing Pigeon Pete in the show, and I'm just excited to see that episode. I had a great time recording it.
Yeah, I'm a big anime guy, like in real life. So I mean, kind of piggybacking off what Mike has said, like the the fight sequences, like I was really excited to see those animated, especially because we saw how well they were animated in the first movie. So just trying to see what it was, the differences and some of the similarities. I think it was really nice visually to look at.
Amazing. Well, thank you guys so much for your time and congratulations on everything. I can't wait to see more and more and more of you guys as the Turtles.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you so much. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you as well.
Geeky, thank you both so much for taking the time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love this version of the Turtles. One of my favorite things is that they are teenagers. They're actually teenagers, which we don't get very often in this world. So what was it like making them teenagers and exploring that and their actual teenage problems?
It gets a lot easier when you hire 4 teenagers to do it, So like we've been blessed with the voice cast from the movie to a large extent, and having Nick and Brady and Shimon and Micah in there, it's made it spectacularly easy, because they are kids and we talk about kid stuff, and I had to ask them what like new slang words mean all the time, and it's just like it's been great. Like they've been nothing but phenomenal and pro, but like like the reason they're so great in these roles is because they are kids. It's pretty great.
Like I think that pretty much sums it up. But for me, once it goes to the visual, like there's a very direct transfer from the movie to the show. I think fans would really enjoy it. It's like the same box we've been playing in.
Absolutely, absolutely. I wanted to talk to you guys about how closely did you work with the writers of the movie, and when did you really figure out this transition that you guys were going to be doing into this series?
We met with Seth and Evan early on in the process. Like they were still working on the first movie, like we sat down with Jeff Rowe and he went through the episodes with us, like I think that they are co-producers on the show and they've been a huge part of it. And I love that, like I'll take as much as I can get of all 3 of those guys because they're, they know what they're doing. So like I think that their DNA is all over this show, but at the same time, like we're getting to do our own thing and tell our own story and bring our own sensibilities to it as well. Like Alan is a master of action, and this show has some of the best action I've ever seen in an animated series. So I'm super psyched about that. But really, like the vibe and sensibility and tone of it really is coming directly from the movie. And we are just kind of keeping that party going, while putting these kids in new challenges and putting them in new situations that hopefully will kind of like really put a spotlight on each individual turtle. I think it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, speaking of putting the spotlight on individual turtles, I was very surprised to see them get split up very early on in this series. So can you talk about kind of getting to explore them in their own different worlds without each other? Because we usually see the brothers all together.
Yeah, I think this show has when we're in the show format, you get to tell shows a little bit differently. You also have the series format where we get the separation to tell these stories and we can highlight their strength, weakness, specific character traits that we haven't seen before, how they behave on their own. And sometimes we also they're not on their own. They're also paired up with like say Leo was paired up with April, Mikey's paired up with Rod. Like those character dynamics like you don't usually see on a regular ensemble show, and we really enjoyed it. And as a storyteller, I really embraced the challenge. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I want to ask you guys too about Pete Davidson because he's so funny. I love him and he's so great in this. So can you talk about bringing him on and just how much fun it was to watch him play? Because I'm sure he's hilarious in the booth.
He is hilarious. He was so much fun to work with, and like he was so excited to do it too. Like like we put the idea out there, and we're just like, that's never going to happen. And his people called back. He's like, yeah, Pete wants to do it, and he got in the booth and was like, really? Like not that like I was happy to have him there, but like he's like, no, this is the easiest yes he'd ever given because he loves the turtles and thought it'd be a lot of fun. And it was like we had a great time doing the recording. We had a great time with the character, and like he got it. Like it was a blast.
Um, I think he is probably one of, like, in terms of pairing characters to the voice, he was like 100% Rod. Like it's one of those things where like he just so naturally blended with the character. Like I cannot see Rod now without hearing his voice. He's like the perfect match.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, he's so great. As soon as he started talking, I was like, oh, yep, that's the perfect character for Pete. It works so well. I'm gonna ask you guys too about what was your biggest challenge in coming after a movie, if there was one?
I think that like, it is really more than anything, it was just keeping it grounded. Like at the end of the day, like part of the magic of that movie was that they are kids, that they are teenagers, and then them being mutants was kind of like beside the point. Whereas like many turtle stories have been told over the years with time travel and they go into space and other dimensions and all this stuff, and like it's super fun to do, right? But like these stories really are about the kids first and foremost.
Yeah, I think I this is the same because I've done like especially coming off of Rise going into this world, like this is so grounded. And the way how we handle the storytelling, the animation style, it's a reset, and we do want to highlight that teenage aspect and the groundedness of it. And I felt for the most part because we were able to like having Mutant Mayhem is such a great reference, and also all the creators of that movie, Seth, Evan, and Jeffro. Like I thought, they brought in so much already have a lot of good ingredients that we can incorporate in the show. So
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for your time and congratulations. I loved this so much. I got 6 episodes. Fantastic. Can't wait to watch more. Thank you guys.
Thank you. More coming.